So everybody on here is on the Zoom because they want to hit executive this month, and that is amazing. It's our first rank in the company, and we're first going to talk about what executive is. Basically, executive is you yourself having 2 team members and getting, let's see here. This one isn't really, my printer is out of ink, but so it might be hard for me to show you guys because this is a diamond chart, but like this right here is executive. That yellow box down to these 2 boxes right here, that is an executive. Basically, you need 2 distributors, and both of those distributors need 400 volume each. So not everybody here has 2 distributors. Maybe you're brand new. Maybe you want 2 distributors, but you're not yet have them. That's okay. We're going to go over how to get distributors, how to get customers, how to fill in those holes, and how to go ahead and get movement on up. So the first question, let's see. All right. Best way to get distributors and how to actually get them to sign up and not just say they're interested. I think the best thing to start with is just, honestly, you need to be posting about the business and posting about your life and what the business is doing for you. And if you're brand new, what will it do for you? So posting is like the most important thing ever. You need to be posting about the business, like talking about, all right, so let's see, like a business post is talking about how maybe you sold a wrap and you are going to be using that $25 to pay for gas. Maybe you just started and you're like, this business is going to blah, 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 blah. Like talk about a goal. And this business is going to allow me to do X, Y, and Z. Maybe buy diapers for my kid, maybe pay, for my rent, pay this, pay that, whatever. What is it Works doing for you? Why did you join this business? And that's why, or that's what you need to talk about in a business post, and then show your lifestyle. How are you working this business into your daily life, okay? Are you working it while you're still in bed in the morning? Are you working it when you're in the grocery store? Are you working it, on the go? Yes? Okay, talk about that. Are you able to bring in an income while you're sitting on the couch, watching TV? Yes. So that's what you really need to keep an eye on. You have to make sure you're posting about how you're working it and what is it like to be a distributor, kind of, without saying it's like this. Maybe you're meeting somebody at Starbucks for an opportunity meeting. Maybe you're just going out to eat and you blitzed your waitress or whatever. Anything like that, that's a lifestyle, and that's going to get you distributors. That's going to help you guys attract people in to what you're doing. That's how you get people interested in the business. Now, after you've posted and you message people, I just simply say, hey girl, thanks for loving my post. I've noticed you've liked a lot of my business posts lately. Are you interested in what I do? And that's if they've been liking a few of my posts. I'll go ahead and shoot that message out. And for the most time, they're like, yeah, I'm really curious. What is it? You explain it to them. And if they say, yeah, I'm interested, you get keep talking. I try to get to know them a little bit if I've never talked to them before. Just kind of say well, if you're in college, well, what is your major? What school do you go to? Do you like it? Things like that. What's your schedule like? And then oh yeah, you could totally fit this business into your, into your schedule, blah, 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 go on from there. Let's see. And then when I'm also messaging them, I never let them get away. I'm in control of the conversation 24/7. This goes for customers too. So when we talk about customers, that's a really big thing. But you need to be in control of the conversation 24/7. You never let them have the reins. You want to say okay, so, they said they're interested. You tell them what's up, and they're like, okay, well, I don't have $100. Then you need to be like, okay, that's fine. When will you have the 100? Do you get paid this Friday? And if they say, yeah, I do, but I still don't know if I'll have it, be like, okay, well, some things that some of the people on my team did where they sold some old things, pre-sold their wraps, or put it on a credit card and paid that statement off before the next, bill came around. And that gives them some ideas, because sometimes you got to, tell people, this is what you have to do to get started. They don't think, they're like, yeah, straight up, I don't have $100. Tell them what they need to do to get the $100. Once they say, all right, okay, I can do that on Friday, or, whatever. If they keep making excuses, I don't if they keep saying, for example, I don't have the 100, I can't pre-sell, I can't do this, I can't do that. I'm like, all right, I know you can. I reassure them that. And if they keep coming back at them, I just keep kind of talking to them as their friend, and eventually they're just going to join. Because the truth is, people have $100. They're just scared. They're making up reasons why they shouldn't. And as long as you're just like kind of here and there with them, like being their friend, they'll come around. But you don't want to push somebody too much, so you kind of want to give them their own space. After, what was I saying? If they say, yeah, like I get paid on Friday, then you say, okay, great. Friday, I'm available at 12 or 2. Or if they work, say, whatever, 12 and 5 or 12 and 8. And you give them an option. Do not say, when are you free? Or I'll message you Friday. When I have a 12 and an 8, what works better for you? They're probably going to say, let's just say 8 or whatever. You're like, okay, cool. I'll message you at 8 on Friday. I can't wait to get you started. And then that's it. And then on Friday, hey, are you ready? Are you free right now? Let's get you going. Then they just, walk it on from there. And that's how I always get them. If they say they're interested, they want this. There's just a reason why. You got to find those barriers. Like, why aren't they answering you? Why aren't they doing it? You have to kind of find what that reason is. And if they're ignoring you and you send them another like personal message, because whenever people ignore me, I send a personal after that. If they ignore that, I'm like, okay, girl, like what's going on? Like, did I make you mad? Like, what's the issue? And then usually they'll respond to that, and then you can just take it from there. Okay, messages being too long. I always keep a rule of thumb. Answer the question, ask a question. Don't add anything. Don't say extras. It's just answer it and then ask them a question. If you add in extra stuff, it's overwhelming, and they don't understand like all the stuff and terminology that we do. So you need to keep it like ask a question or answer the question, ask a question. So if they say, how much does it get started? It's $99, and you're gonna get a whole bunch of stuff in your kit to help you jumpstart, and I'm gonna help you get your first 4 customers in the first 72 hours. Done. Are you ready to get started? There you go. Like, you want to always answer, ask. Don't add on because it confuses people. Let's see. All right. Best method with adding people to Facebook and Instagram. So the best way that I add people on Facebook is I go through like my old friends and friends, like old. Like, so when like I worked with them in high school or I knew them from way back when, I just go to their friends list, add like 5 from there. And of course, you always, guys, this is very important, check the mutual friends. Make sure you're not adding like friends, like if they're friends with me or Brittany or somebody in your team, you don't want to add them. You want to add people that are not involved with our team, and do not add people that are just from your area. Branch all the way out. And by doing that, like I now, like when you first start, friends of friends is good. And then you'll start having people that you don't really know, and you can add some of their friends. But I like to add like maybe 5, no more than 10 from somebody's friends list, and like kind of branch out that way. That way I'm not running into too many, I have mutual friends with them, but I don't have like a lot of people saying, do I know you? Because we have some mutual friends. And then you'll build up. Like I have people on my friends list. Like I could have probably 50 mutual friends with somebody that's in Kentucky, and I've never met her. Like I just have 50 people in Kentucky. So it's like, now it's kind of like, okay, well, I don't know how we connected, but we have a lot of mutual friends, so I'll accept your friend request. And then on Instagram, I follow pretty much like I just search a hashtag that has less than 5,000 hits, find a cute mom, because that's what I relate to, and then follow her, like, 20 of her people, like go to their last picture, go to their likes, follow, and then do the same thing. Like I flip it around and kind of like go to their profiles. It's like just like a chain. And okay, hold on, something weird just happened. All right, so that's how I'm adding people on Facebook and Instagram. I don't know if Brittany's here or not. Are you there?
Hold on one second. Just be quiet, okay? I'm about to talk.
All right, so tell me before we move on, because I didn't even see you on there.
Really? I put it as Brittany. That's weird. Does it just say iPhone?
No, it says Brittany C, but I thought it was weird because it always says Brittany Cromwell. But I just saw black.
I think I accidentally logged me out, and then I was late, so I didn't have patience to type in my password in email.
All right, you tell people what you think, like what are your best tips for getting DTs and how to get them to seal the deal, and then talk about like what you say in your messages, like basically just give your tips on that. I'm going to mute this while I figure out.
So my best tips on getting distributors is basically just being yourself, being the best version of you. And sometimes I feel like when we sign up, we feel like we need to post things to purposely get distributors. And sometimes that comes off like you're just trying to get distributors. So when I teach my people how to post and how I post is just be you. So your profile needs to be about 85% you, what you're doing, your funness. That's not a word, but I just made it up. Your personality, your excitement, just you doing things and basic everyday things. And I think that's what people really enjoy seeing is your life. And I think when we just focus on that and then mention the business here and there, that's coming off casual. And I love that word because that's how you want to be on your page. Almost like if you go to Katie's page and on my page, you don't see, oh, she's trying to push and make posts to purposely get distributors. It's almost like a hidden message. It's like a commercial almost like on TV. They're not saying, hey, come buy our stuff, but they're showing you pictures of people enjoying what they're eating or what they're trying, or maybe a vacation or a cruise. And it's casual stuff, and that leaves something in your head. It does something, because when we feel like someone's trying to get something out of us, it's a turn off. It's almost like, oh, she's just trying to get money out of me, or oh, that company's just trying to get me to buy their things. And whoever is interested will be interested no matter what you're saying. You just got to say it the right way. So that's a huge mistake that I made in the beginning. Was I made a lot of posts with tons of emojis, tons of salesy looking stuff. And as I watched training videos and as I heard other top earners and saw what they did, that's when I changed the game up. And it just falls back on stop trying to be an It Works girl and just be yourself, talking about all the accomplishments you're having in your business. So every time you sign a customer, talk about how excited you are signing a customer, but mix that in with, wow, we're on the way to the grocery store and we're singing in the car, and take a selfie with your family. So it's like the everyday stuff. Make your life look super fun. Even if you're just in the car going to get groceries, you take a selfie with whoever you're with, make it cute, edit it cute. That's what's going to attract people to you, is you, what you're doing, and your personality. And then they're going to see, oh, she signed a customer, versus, just a picture of you saying you're looking for team members. So it's like people want to see you and your life and just you working this business in a casual way. So that is my best tip, is just be you, have fun. And what was the other thing you asked me? How to get distributors and what I say in a conversation. Well, here's the thing. Most people either like my post or they come to me. I had a girl message me today, and she was like, hey, girl, I know this is super random, but I see your posts all the time, and I'm a mom with 2 boys, pregnant with another 2 boys, twins. So she's going to have 4 boys, and she's like, things are really bad right now, and I'm afraid they're going to get worse. And that, she asked me, can you tell me more about the company? But I didn't tell her more right away. Right away, I knew I need to establish a connection. I need to somehow relate to this mom. So when I'm talking to people, I'm talking to them on a friend level. So I replied back to that as, oh my God, this is why I'm so passionate about what I do, is because, I really love helping other moms. I can't believe you're having twins. That's so awesome. I've always wanted twins. I'm sure 4 is going to be crazy. So I'd love to give you info on this. So it's not just, yes, let me tell you about what I do. It's more of like, let me relate to you. Let me get to know you. Let me see what your goals are, and show the person that you care about them. I know when I'm talking to somebody, number one, I need to figure out, do they know about this business? How much do they know? So I always ask people, how much do you know about what I do? And then they're going to let you know, like, I've seen it before, or I have no idea. So that right there, you can indicate what's your next step. And that's what my mind is always saying. What is my next step? What do I have to say next? So then I will go ahead and I'll say, okay, well, let me tell her a little bit about what I do, but in the shortest version possible. So I just tell them I work my business on social media, and I do it from Instagram and Facebook, and I talk to people all over, post about the products, and we sign up customers and distributors, and people come to me if they're interested. And it's allowed me to make an extra income from my phone. Or how much extra a month would you need? Or sometimes I even ask, are you on your phone a lot? So when they say yes, or they tell me how much they need, I can back that up with a yes, awesome. If you're on your phone a lot already, you'd be great at this. Or you know what? $400 extra a month, we can get you there in no time. I'm going to be in control of the conversation, like Katie said. So I'm going to ask the next question. What do you do right now for work? Get to know them. See why they need this business. Pull that reason why they need this business out from them. Do they want to stay home with their kids? Do they want more time with their family? Do they just need to pay their car payment every month? Like, what is it about them? And relate to them. Say you understand. Tell them the reason why you started. And then take control and say, do you want me to go over the 3 different ways we get paid? You tell them, ask them if that's sounds good to them. And then I go ahead and let them know, like, hey, do you want to get on the phone and I can tell you and show you how to get started? And that right there, you just call them, you talk a little bit more about what you guys discussed, get to know them, and in a 10 to 15 minute phone conversation, tell them how it's $99 to get started, and how they can make their money right back. So it's risk free. And I always tell people how, we have an awesome team page. We have, I've had no experience before this either, because people are going to give you comebacks. They give you comebacks when you're a distributor right now and you're trying to go executive. And they also are going to give you an excuse when you're a double diamond like I am. It doesn't matter what rank you are. They're always going to give you an excuse. So you need to make sure no matter what they tell you, you have a rebuttal for them. So if they say, I don't have that much time, I'm going to go ahead and let them know they do have time and how I had no time and how I worked it into my business. And even if they don't ask you those things, they're probably thinking about them. So as I'm going in my conversation, I'm also saying, yes, girl, I know you're going to do so well. I know that you're a full-time employee. So I was always worried how I may not have enough time for the business, but I found a way, and it's so easy to fit into any schedule. I can't wait to show you how. So stuff like that. So basically, I'm just really smart with what I say. I'm smart with what I'm saying. I'm pointing out things and crushing their fears before they even tell me what their fears are. And that's just how I make them feel comfortable. I'm their friend. I'm encouraging. I'm excited. And I follow up with them. And that's really just what it is about. I'm not pushy. And I'm not trying to just get somebody on my team. I'm trying to make a friend and help a friend. And that's just what works for me. And when you do that with a lot of people, it just happens. And people will start coming to you. You have to be that energy. You have to have that mindset. You're like, I'm going to sign 5 distributors, and that right there, when you're pumped and you're excited, that's going to show off on your page, and that's when you're going to start attracting that kind of people and energy to you. So that's my best tip.
Okay, so let me see. Hold on.
What's the next question?
That was it. Or wait. What's the best way to send messages? Hold on. Yeah, what's the best way to send messages? Okay, so I guess she's gone, so I'll start answering this. All right, so the best way to send messages, I always send people messages that like my posts, and I learned this the hard way. If you're not messaging every single person that likes your post, you're missing out on a lot of business, customers as well. I definitely, last month, I hit the jackpot with customers after I just said, screw it. Like, we basically need to go ahead and message everybody. And by doing that, I signed up like 15 loyal customers in like 5 days. So basically you need to be messaging every single person that likes your post, and just simply saying on all my product posts, hey girl, thanks for the love of my post. Are you interested in, and then whatever the product was I just talked about. And let me see, hold on.
I was like waving. I'm like, unmute me. And you're like, I guess she's not there. And I'm like, I'm here.
I couldn't find you. Your thing like went away.
I don't know. I just don't know.
Log in for the next one. So it won't do that. But anyway, so yeah, message everybody on Instagram that likes your post. Same thing on Facebook. Anybody who likes it, they obviously liked it for a reason. You don't like stuff because you're not interested in it. So you need to message them and just simply ask when they like a product post, hey, you know, I've noticed you've liked my post on the blah, 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 the greens. Are you interested in being a product tester? And I got a lot of yeses that way. And I mean, sometimes, guys, it will take you, when you're sending out messages like that, it'll take maybe like 50 messages to like 2 customers. I'll get 2 customers from 50 messages. It's just all about, and then relate to them, like kind of like Brittany said, even with customers, you need to crush like any like little bit of like doubt that they have, like why they shouldn't order it, because they should. And something I learned at the One Team was that you need, when people say weight loss, guys, and I know a lot of you guys are new here, when somebody says weight loss, you need to start out with the system. And you need to not assume that people can't afford the system, because a lot of times they can, but they're going to make up a reason why they can't. So you need to crush that and say, if you're really wanting to lose weight, you need to do our system. And when they ask, you know, you compare the 257 to the 147, and they're like, oh, well, that's crazy, you know, that's an awesome savings. And they're going to buy it because ours is the cheapest weight loss system on the market. Like, there is no other company that has one that is cheaper than ours. So you need to be confident in that system order. You need to be confident that you can seal that. And every time you go into it with confidence, like you have no doubt that they're going to get out of here without saying, yes, I'm ordering it, you're going to get it every time. You just have to keep being confident and tell them why they need it. Because, yeah, and this is another problem. If you're like, oh, yeah, I want to lose 50 pounds, you're like, oh, yeah, just start with the cleanse and the ThermoFit. That's a great idea. And they're not going to see killer results, and they're going to be like, this is dumb. This stuff doesn't work. And then you're sitting there like, well, I don't know what to do, right? You can eliminate that and have everybody stop saying, you know, this doesn't work or that doesn't work when they use the system, because that is meant to work together. And when somebody's trying to lose 50 pounds, you know, they need more than one thing a month. Realistically, they just do. And if they tell you that they can't afford it, then you need to say, you need this business. I mean, if not for anything else, just to pay for your products, you know, so you can lose the weight that you're wanting to lose. And, you know, just offer that. Anytime somebody says that they can't afford it, just go ahead and offer the business, because that's really, really, really important. But don't ever sound salesy. Don't send out mass messages that are like just to random people. You want to send out messages that are only to people who liked your stuff, and I screenshot my post and send it to them and then send them a message. So like that way they know what they like. They're not just like, what is she talking about? And I get more responses like that, and I get a lot of follow-up dates like that too. Same thing, if they can't afford it, blah, 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 when can you, blah, 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 follow up. And then once I explain to them what the products are, never respond after that. You might be saying the wrong thing, Corinne, so just go ahead and message me the next time you have an issue with like when you're messaging a customer, and I can walk you through that. Because same thing, you don't want to make it complicated. We have the simplest system ever for weight loss, and all of our other products are pretty simple. So you just want to give them like 3 bullet points. If they say, well, what do the greens do? Well, they balance out your body. They give you lots of energy, and they give you 8 to 10 servings of fruits and veggies. Don't go into anything else. Don't say anything else. You just want to keep it simple, why they need it, and blah, blah, blah. You should be getting their goals too. Like if they say, I'm looking for weight loss, like you know, you have like a weight loss challenge or something picture. What are your goals? Ask them that stuff so you can say like, I want to lose 20 pounds. Again, don't just say, okay, great. You need to say the system and follow up as to why. And as far as other messages, like I just like to message people to become friends with them and like talk about anything I can figure, like get my mind around and talk to them about. Even like a good thing, I remember this was a while ago, somebody said this on Instagram, like those stories that people post, go ahead and like forward one of those. You can forward the like the snap, that's not a Snapchat, but the Insta thing, and say, you know, oh my gosh, you know, your baby is so cute, or where did you get that, or things like that. Just like forward it and ask them, and that's a good way to build a friendship too. Like you've already had a conversation with them, so they feel like it's easier to reach out to you. All right, Brittany, what do you have to say about that? Sending messages.
As far as sending messages, what I do is I look and see, have I ever talked to this person before? Usually I have, because it's something from my hundreds list, and when I go down the list, I try my best to message everybody after liking and commenting their things for like 2 weeks, you know. Sometimes there's people that like my distinct posts that I've never talked to before. And if that's the case, I'm not going to ask them if they're interested right away. I don't do that. I message them and say usually something like, hey girl, oh my God, I just noticed, we've been friends forever and I've never said, hey, I just saw you liked my post. And I've been meaning to message you and say, I love watching your family. You take the cutest posts or pictures, something like that. Or I'll say, hey girl, I've been meaning to message you. I just saw you liked my post and it reminded me to, let you know that, I don't know, something like that.
For the business though, right?
Yeah, for the business. And then we'll get talking
and
they'll probably say, oh yay, blah, 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 blah. That's so sweet of you. And then I'm going to go ahead and say, I don't know if you're a stay-at-home mom or not or what, but I just saw you like my post and I'd love to give you more info on it if you were interested. And that's after I don't hit them with a, hey, you interested? Because if I've never talked to them before, they're going to be like, what the heck? All I did was like a post. And sometimes I'll ask, were you just liking my post to be sweet or were you interested? And that also, I've seen more people just saying, oh, I was just being sweet. So then in my head, I know okay, when they continually like my posts, I'm not going to message them again.
Yeah.
Unless I feel like they're starting to really become interested. But that's just what I do. And
what about for customers though?
For customers, it just depends. I usually try to make my message a little thoughtful if I have a chance to, and I've been trying to build a relationship with them, but there's not much you can do with a customer. I usually message them and say, hey girl, I hope you're having a great day. I just saw you liked my post and I'm looking for a few more product models. Were you by chance interested? So that's what I usually say.
Okay, cool. And that's Facebook and Instagram?
Yeah, Facebook and Instagram. But when it's about the business, I do not ask them that right off the bat.
Okay. Ever. So, me and Brittany obviously do it differently, but she does the more personal thing. I do it direct. I feel like direct is my personality. I'm not wasting my time unless you're interested. So I always just say, are you interested? And they say yes. And, or they'll say no. And I get to the point and then I get to know them from there. So I kind of reverse her cycle and she does it the other way.
Yeah.
So,
and you find what works for you.
Yeah,
and
definitely.
Try both. If you get better results with one, do it. And don't, if you have, don't reinvent the wheel. Keep doing what you're doing if you know it's working. If not, then take our suggestions.
Yeah, try to do whatever fits in your comfortability zone too. Don't take one way or the other. Like she said, you need to figure out what works because we're doing the same thing. Just my personality, the way I am, I'm more red, and Brittany's more yellow, I guess. And that's how we that's just how we do it. So figure out what works for you. And also I want to talk to you guys about this too, because at the training we went to on Sunday, we really talked about focusing on what works for you as far as social media. So if you're don't overwhelm yourself, and I want you guys to focus on what works best for you. So if you're getting a lot of results on Instagram, still post on Facebook and stuff, but I want you to really focus on that one thing that works, okay? For example, Denise Walsh is a Black Diamond, and she only uses Facebook. She does not use Instagram. So that's something that's super important. You need to find what works for you and go for it. It takes a little bit of experimenting and trying things out, but you need to focus on what is working for you. I work most 85% on Instagram. I put 15% on Facebook. I still add people on Facebook. I still message people on Facebook, but I'm putting most of my time into Instagram because that's where I get every single person that I sign up. So Brittany uses Facebook, and Brittany, that's where she gets all the people she's signing up. So it's really important that you find what works for you and stick to it and just master it. Let me
just mention something hold on, let me get my video on. Hold on, sorry. I'm trying to move people around in eSpeak. So for Instagram, if I'm talking, I'll find people on Instagram, don't get me wrong, but I get them on my Facebook because that's where I do my lives. Because on Instagram, when you do lives, it's gone. It doesn't save it. That's where I do parties. That's where I do more thoughtful posts than on Instagram. Instagram is more of a quick read, move on kind of thing. So That right there, get people from Instagram on your Facebook if you want to do it that way. So.
Yeah, I always get everybody from, if they don't sign up with me right away on my Instagram, well, even if they do, I get on my Facebook. But if they're like, oh, well, you know, blah, 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 I'm not signing up right now, basically. I'm like, okay, cool. Add me on Facebook because I like to talk there. Yeah, I like to talk more on there. I like the messenger better once I get to know them a little bit from Instagram. And that way I can always be like, hey, I'm having a party this Sunday, blah, blah, blah. Do you want to come? And then
it's easier to remember names too than Instagram accounts, because I had this one girl, she changed her name like 5 times on Instagram, and I thought she blocked me, and it was like I never followed up with her because she changed her name like twice. So I'm like, whoa, like, okay, because sometimes people don't put their first and last names on Instagram, so that's a little helpful for me too, and I can see it on Facebook. So
yeah, all right, so we're going to go into Q&A. If you have any more questions on anything said, post it in the comments. I know Maria said, I have a question when you're talking to them. What are your thoughts on posts like who wants to make an extra, blah, blah, blah. I don't ever say that because that's not personalized. I like to say more personal stuff, like talk about me, like past, present, and future, and then I'll make posts saying like I'm looking to help another mom who's struggling to get out of her situation and whatever. Like I might put in a dollar amount every now and then, but I like to really just focus on like being personal and like relating to me. Do you agree, Brittany?
Yeah, I don't ever wait. What was the exact text thing?
Who wants to make an extra dollar amount?
No, I would never say that, honestly. I'm sorry, whoever said that. I would never say that. I tell my story, and I would say if you are looking to make that much extra a month, because it just comes off salesy, like almost scammy, in my opinion. So what someone posted that, and I thought it was spammy. I think it's very spammy. I think that a lot, like for some reason, like the texts, the statuses that are like, who wants to lose 10 to 15 pounds in 20 days, and that's all you put, that is being way too overdone. Or like, who's interested in, getting 4 free wraps when you buy 4, and that's it. That's getting way too overdone. It looks almost just
replicated, like copy.
Yeah, like you're just posting something to get somebody. And people are doing it over and over and over and over again. I think we need to focus more on showing us and what we're doing and why we're passionate about what we do, whether it's a selfie with the product or showing people that you're, all out to dinner eating, you know what I mean? And showing us doing things, and then talking about, what we're doing, and then saying at the end, like, if you're interested in making an extra money from your phone, you need to message me now because this is the best thing I've ever chose to do. Like something like that is going to just come across more to people in a better way. A better way to people. I don't know if that makes sense, but
yeah, I think that, that's basically what I say too. Like I like to add it at the end, every once in a while, but not every post.
Somebody said, I have my upline who signed me up. Look at everything, and that has helped me because she has totally called me out and been like, no girl, that's not going to work, and that helps. So if we don't have a lot of products, how can we post about different products to post a picture? Before and after pictures, you guys. Or you can even talk about, take a picture of your wrinkles if you were older and say, you know what, this right here is the main reason why I'm about to buy our wrinkle cream. Once I get my paycheck this Friday, thanks to my business, I'm so excited to try this product. Click the comments below to see some of my friends' before and after picture. And then something like that. I mean, that's a way you can do. You can talk about the products you want to try. Or you can post other people's before and after pictures. And then when you start getting customers, you guys, I had not even tried the Greens Fat Fighters Hair, Skin, and Nails or Stretch Mark Cream, and I sold all of that my first month. So because I was so excited about it and I was so interested in the before and after pictures, I was just sharing it. I was sharing them, doing my posting with the lifestyle post in between. Of course, don't spam out your page. But because of that, I was so excited. My posts and what I was saying were just people read it and they got excited and they became customers. And because of that, I started getting money. And then I started ordering one thing every single month to try. Even though I didn't have a lot of money, I put that money back into my business. And because I started trying it and becoming a product of the product, like when I was talking about the stretch mark cream after that, I was like, yes, it works. Like, you know, just fake it till you make it. Like, fake the excitement, like on your page, be excited, but just do it in a way that is going to make people think like, okay, what does she have? What's going on here? I want it. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely. And I think too, like a big thing that that we learned too at this thing was like your own before and afters will literally sell like crazy. Like every time, like we have a girl on our team who's lost a lot of weight, April, and she has the highest personal volume in the team, and she kills it because she's committed to being healthy. She's losing a lot of weight, and she's system, and she sells more systems than probably anybody in the company. I swear, like she's just killing it. And then after talking to some people at this event, you know, everybody was like, you know, I posted my own before and after picture, and this one girl who did that signed 73 customers last month, and she was like, you know, an average person just used the system, had good before and afters, and slayed it and got 73 customers. So, you know, making your own before and after is really important. But like Brittany said too, like in the beginning, we both couldn't afford it, but I made sure that I had one product a month because I knew that I needed to try this so I could tell people about it until I started making enough money where I could do more than one. And really quick, so we didn't skip over Corinne's question. Giving out your phone number. Yeah, I always get their phone number. If I'm on Instagram, I usually will ask, like, because sometimes people don't have Facebook, and I'll be like, yeah, you know, like, can I have your phone number? I'll just go ahead and text you, and hopefully and pray they have an iPhone so I can just voice message them. But if they don't, I just still text them anyway, so I have their phone number, and then I always try to get them on the phone, like on a phone call. After we talk a little bit, so they're comfortable enough to like get on the phone with me and not feel like pressured. I was watching a video earlier, and the girl said she always sends a picture of the loyal customer enrollment form, has the info needed highlighted, and asks them to respond back with that info. That way they can sign up directly and don't get a call. I wouldn't send a form. I feel like that I always just get their info and enroll them on my website. But that way, because if you do a form, that kind of like I feel like is just hard because I don't even like my printer sometimes works, it sometimes doesn't. If they don't have a printer, that's going to be an issue. All that kind of stuff. I would just ask them. I always say, do you want me to place it for you? Or do you have time to do it now? Or do you want me to do it for you? And usually they're like, well, can you do it? And I'm like, yeah, all I need is your shipping address, billing address, email, phone number, name on the credit card expiration, and the credit card number. And then they'll call me and I'll be like, you can call or text me this and they give me my phone number. And usually they'll text me, but I've had a couple people actually call. So it's whatever. But that way you are, again, in control. Do not ever give out your website until they are like, yes, I'm doing it right now. If they don't say I'm doing it right now, do not give them your site. Do you have anything to say about that one, Brittany?
So as far as that, I mean, I'm getting really frustrated with like sending people to my website and not hearing back. And a lot of the girls have addressed that too. And I'm going to start getting on the phone with people. I'm going to be like, okay, call me so I can get your order, and it'll take like 5 minutes. And then I'm just going to start doing that from now on, because I think it's going to be a little better, and it will help me establish like a connection with them on the phone. And I don't know, I'm just going to start doing that because I don't think people want to send their info through the website, through like Facebook. So
yeah, they always say text or call. People never, well, some people don't care, but some people will. They like, I've always get it in a text message or a phone call, like one or the other.
I always send them to my website, and that's what I've been doing. But recently I've had a lot of people just not reply back after that. And I'm like, okay, well, let me just get them on the phone. And they either take like another week to order from me or whatever. I want to make it sure that I get their order in now. And that also, like, try to make yourself seem like you got to set up an appointment, because that'll make your time more valuable to them. I can't think tonight. It makes your time look like it's more valuable. So I will say, like, what I have been doing, there's too many texts going on. Hold on. can't focus right now. I'll ask people like, hey, are you ready right now? I can walk you through it. And then when they say yes, I'll be like, okay, text me. And then I'll send them my website, and I'll tell them go to shop at the top of the page. And when you're there and you see my picture on the top right-hand corner, let me know. And they'll say, okay, I'm there. And that's when I walk them through the process. That works, but I think I'm just going to start getting on the phone with them.
And something else, guys, too, don't ever type your website on Facebook with a space, because too many people have had people, I don't know what the issue is with like the human race, but they're not doing it right.
I know what it is. What's happening is we are putting a space in between the period and the CON, because that's the only way you can send a link through Facebook. And then even though you say remove the space, they don't understand. They don't get it, or they're busy, or they're not comprehending. So they will copy that, paste it into the Google, their search engine, and it will take them to the regular It Works page.
Yes. So you need
up on that instead of your page. So 2 options. You can either text them, or you can make a picture with your website link. So you can use a text and add it to a picture. We use WordSwag, Typorama, whatever, Chimera. And then you can send a picture every time. And then also say that, make sure you're on my website. Once you see my picture, let me know, and I'll give you the rest of the directions. That's the second option.
Yeah, I personally only like to text, because I know like these people are lazy and they don't want to type out Katie Bevington. And if they don't type that out and they put it on the wrong website, it is hell to get that customer back. This is what happens. You have to get that customer on the phone with you and on the phone with customer service. And you have to wait until they answer. You have to verify your identity. They have to verify them. And then we have to get them to say, yes, I want to move under Katie. So it takes a long time to fix that mistake. And some customers are like, no, I am not sitting on the phone with customer service. I'm sorry, but like, thanks for your help. And you do not get paid. So I always make sure they can click it. Like that way they can just tap, opens the browser. That removes all errors for mistakes, and they are not going to mess it up. And you do not have to call customer service, because that is something you do not want to do. And make sure they say, if you're going to do that picture thing, you need to say, is my picture in the corner? I've even said that and had somebody be like, oh yeah. And then they check out, and guess what? My picture wasn't in the corner. So it's annoying to fix. And sometimes the customer won't, like, they're like, yeah, like who wants to sit on the phone with customer service? So make sure before they're checking out. And then I always ask people too, like, tell me when you're getting close to the checkout, because you need to write down your ID number. And they're like, where is that? And then you
Brittany Lane, you need to call customer service and get that girl's ID number from her and ask them, because that was a system order that she lost. If that was the case, you need to call them like today. If it's under the It Works website, you can still move it. If it's under a different distributor, I think it's too late. They give you 24-hour window. But if it's under the It Works website, I've had a girl call up and it was like 3 days later, they did still move it, because they know this happens a lot.
Yeah, it's just you can't do it if it's under a DT. If they like put it under a DT, you're basically screwed. It takes forever. So
you need to call tonight, message that girl right now, get her to her loyal customer ID number. Well, if she hasn't responded back, I would try calling her on Messenger and try sending her another message. I don't know. That's really crappy.
Yeah. All right, let me answer the rest of these really quick so we can just knock this out, because we have another one to hop on. So really quick, before and afters, I like to post a before and after every other day, and I like to post my regular pictures like about the products every day. So I like alternate them. Let me see. Hold on. Yes, Maria, I will later when I'm done all these trainings. Don't give out your website, because they can just, that doesn't like solidify. They can just start ignoring you, and they have no option. Like they already have the option to just look at your website whenever. So you want to only give it to them when you're ready to order. No, Maria, I wouldn't do that. I would make sure you text them the link.
Yeah, don't do that.
What if
they mess up and forget to type it in?
Yeah. If they haven't received their stuff, make sure, like, it's 7 to 10 days. And guys, sometimes you have to look at if I'm setting somebody up and like the 7 to 10 day shipping is like $2 cheaper than it's the 3 to 7, I just say, hey, like 3 to 7 days, like $2 more. Do you want to do that? Because sometimes, like I would say 85% of the time, the 7 to 14 days, it comes in about a week. But there are days where you will order and it will take 14 business days. That does happen sometimes. So it's business days, not weekends. So it does take a long time every once in a while. Usually it's around month end when that happens. If you become executive, what if the people under you don't meet the requirements months later? You always hold your rank, but you have to like keep building that up to hold executive pay, if that makes sense. I get a lot of people that ask for my website because they don't know a lot about the business. I hate to tell them that I don't have one, but I'm not sure how to get around that. When somebody asks my website, I say, well, what is your question? Because there is nothing on there that you're on your website that's going to help them unless they're ready to order. Like for a distributor, there's nothing on there that they're going to find that's like going to help them with their questions. So you just want to say, okay, well, what are your questions? I'll help you answer them. Or do you want me to call you? I can answer all your questions. And that way that kind of like removes the website from their mind and they just start asking you questions. Because really, like I said, there's nothing on there for them to see as a distributor. Text. You upload your picture to your website under the settings tab. And yeah, Brittany, I would get off. You need to call them like ASAP. Like, well, I guess if she didn't give you her thing, then I'm not really sure. I would just message her one more time. Be like, I would just say, hey girl, I just want to let you know that, or I won't be able to help you with any of your future orders if I can't, get it, like see your stuff. So if you wanted my help on your future orders, I'm going to need your ID number. And just put it to her like that, because you honestly, like at this point on, you cannot help her with anything because you have no access to it. All right. If anybody has one more question, we have time for like one more. Becoming executive. Okay. So becoming executive is 2 distributors with 400 in sales. So like, let me draw this on a piece of paper for you real quick. All right. Oh, wait. Oops. I was drawing a Ruby chart. All right. This is executive. I drew it in a pink pen, so kill me. All right. There we go. All right. So see where it says you up at the top? I know it's backwards. And then, so put your name here. This is you. And then you need one distributor right here and one distributor right here. They both need 400 volume in sales. It's group volume. PVV is personal volume. GV is group volume. Personal volume means like whenever you go on your eSuite, it'll say PVV. That's how much you've ordered or how much you have sold personally under you. GV is how much you and your team have sold. So whenever you have somebody, like say you enrolled a girl named Sarah. Sarah needs 400 in sales. Sarah and whoever Sarah enrolls needs 400. And then your other friend over here, Charlotte needs 400 in sales too. If Charlotte enrolls other distributors, it's all Charlotte and her friends. So it's those two, their group volume need 400 in sales. Does that make more sense?
And here's the thing, guys. I had girls on my team that went Ruby last month that signed up all the distributors that they need for their promotion. And then they signed up the customers and put them under people below them to help them get to 400. So you can do that. Say Sarah has 350 and the other girl has 200 and you just want to promote so bad, you can move customers under them. No, each person needs 400. So 400 volume means qualified leg. Basically, picture an executive chart. Here's you, and you have somebody here, and you have somebody here. This person needs 400. This person needs 400. 400 is the magic number. Any chart that you look at in our company, all the boxes have to have 400. And then ding, picture that box is like, you can highlight that box then. Yeah. That box is done. So you can put people's names in the boxes of where you need for that promotion, but that person does not count for your promotion unless they have the 400 volume. So once their name goes in there, you're boxed. That's what that means. You're boxed for that promotion. Each person needs 400. So you would just need to be commission qualified if you want to promote. And same, if I'm going Ruby, I need somebody to go executive. So if you look at a Ruby chart, the executive who's promoting that person only has to be commission qualified. And I would only have to be commission qualified, but it's the people under them that would have to be 400. And if you look at any chart, y'all, it says under the box 400, where you need the 400. And it really, I just want y'all, like, executive is one thing, but look at the Ruby chart, because that Ruby is awesome. Ruby's $500 a month. You got to go executive first, of course, but when you look at a Ruby chart, you can really then kind of understand what I just said. You know what I mean? Because not only are you promoting, but you also have an executive promoting. So it makes more sense. It's like you can kind of, I feel like once you see Ruby, you can understand a diamond chart, you know?
Yeah, don't confuse yourself. But yes, Ruby is the next step after executive. Everybody here needs 2 distributors. If you don't have 2 distributors, that's what you need to focus on. Once you hit your 2, we'll start talking to you about Ruby.
Anything
all right.
Class, I know you got to end it, but you are probably confused right now, and you're like, oh, what the heck is she saying? I didn't even understand promoting until I was promoting. And then I had a girl last month going Ruby. She's like, okay, wait, so am I doing this right? And I'm like, wait, I thought you said you knew it. She's like, it's a totally different thing when you're actually doing it, though. And then don't let that scare you. Don't feel like you need to know all this before you start signing people. Just focus on signing people. And then the more you do and the more that we help you promote, then it will make sense when you promote. It just will. It'll fall into place. What you need to focus on is getting the people. So
yeah, we got to go because we have another one. We're running late and it won't let anybody else on until I get off. So no, as a leader, as the person promoting, you do not need 400. If you guys are interested in learning about the Ruby stuff, send me a message. I'll get you the code, but I am ending this so I can go start that one. All right.
Bye.
Bye, guys.